Hey, hi, this is Shobana Karmakar, a freelance commercial photographer based out of Mumbai, India, and today I'm going to talk about 5 building blocks of being a freelancer. What are the 5 things which you should consider when you are considering freelance as a part of your life henceforth? Now, freelancing can be an option for a lot of people, and it can be not an option for a lot of people. I started my freelancing career in the year 2014. I started my company under the banner name of Shobana Karmakar, where I'm still working as a photographer for a lot of brands, marketing agencies, corporates, magazines, editorial. I shoot people, food and product. I also do cinematograph, and eventually I started doing product styling. So freelancing has been an evolution for me where I have explored my skill set in so many different ways, but down the line it has happened very gradually, very slowly, and I'm now more confident about my skill set than ever before. The very first thing, which as a freelancer, which you should understand is what is that something which you enjoy doing. Now, being passionate about and something which you cannot live without is a very overrated term and thing to say. So something which you enjoy doing, something which brings you a breath of fresh air, and something which you can hang on even if things are not going well. That's the very first thing which you should think about. What is that something? It can be anything. Just because I'm a photographer, I have to hang on with photography is not very important, but I need to hang on with something and see the ups and downs, and I have to still love the very fact that I love creating images. So down the line in the past 6 years, there has been a year where I have not earned anything. There has been a year where I have not got a single query, but I've still hanged on to that aspect. I've still loved the fact that I love creating images. There are a lot of factors behind how I hanged on, which is something which I wish to talk about it eventually in the future. But I hanged on, and that's very important. The very second thing which a lot of people are shy away and they don't understand the loophole when they do it is they keep the skill set to themselves. They don't let people know that they are doing such things. If you have a skill set which can help somebody else to promote their business, brand, product and services, you need to share your skill with other people. If you have an educational content which can help somebody else to help them to raise their bar, you need to let people know that you have that thing. That brings to the so-called second and third point, marketing. You have to market yourself. You have to let people know that you exist. You have to let people know that you are here to solve their problems. And you specialize in certain things, you enjoy doing it, and that very enjoyment will come into their use. It's complicated. In short, you have to let people know that you exist. It brings to the fourth point, keeping in mind that you have to let people know that you exist. You have to even connect to specific people whom you think will love to buy your services, will love to buy your product, will love to buy your educational content. It means that as a photographer, I have shamelessly connected a lot of art directors, producers, directors, agencies, brands, corporates. I have used social media to connect to people. I have used LinkedIn to connect to people. I have used different mediums just to connect to people, and I have tried to be careful. I have tried my level best to be careful to connect to the target audience, but sometimes it has not clicked well. But I have to be that shameless. You have to be shameless enough to tell people that you exist and you're looking for work, and if they find you interesting, they should call them. Now that brings me to the fifth point, and it's a very important point. I think this is something which I'm still struggling, and if you are struggling with this very point, you should hire somebody who masters over this thing: negotiation and balancing the work pressure. In a sense, negotiation basics. As an Indian, we have seen our mother and father negotiating with vendors day after day, with everybody on daily basis, but that negotiation doesn't work as a freelancer. You have to be smart, you have to be open-minded, you have to be understanding, patient, you have to have that power to listen more than talk more, wala factor in your personality for that person to get attached to you for the person to have that enjoyment that they wish to work with you. Negotiation basics is very, very important. How you deal with people, how you talk to them, how you crack your budgets, how you get to know how much of budget they have, how you get to know how much what kind of work they have. Is the work is equal to the money? Is it more? Is it less? Is it underpaid, overpaid? Is it balanced? The skill of negotiation is a very different topic altogether. And one bonus tip, if you are a freelancer, have a website. It's very, very important to have a website, and there are a lot of benefits of having a website. It not only works as a passive marketer, as an active marketer for you, where somebody wants to see your portfolio and you can just drop them your link, but it can also work as a passive marketer, and it's a fun. There are a lot of mediums available to make your website. It can be a one-page website, it can be a two-page website. The templates available, you just have to fill up your information, you have to just fix it a little bit, and it's all ready. But as a freelancer, these are the 5 building blocks which you need to understand. And I hope it works for you. Thank you so much for hearing me out. I'll see you soon.